I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. The decline of a nation is usually so slow, so subtle, is as a result of the Salami effect. Salami is Lami. Google is Salami effect. Small degenerative actions that accumulate over time to destroy the very fabric of that society. And like the question that most people ask, how did we get to where we are? In most nations, the decline is so subtle, so small at each stage, but so consistent that it comes in such an unnoticeable way. But the reality is so profound that you start wondering, how did we get here? I told you about Daniel Frelipson that said that you don't require nuclear missiles, you don't require intercontinental ballistic missiles to destroy a nation. He said, just reduce the academic standards, allow people to cheat in exams, and that the nation will collapse on itself. And since 1977, Expo 77, that was the biggest exam malpractice that took place in this nation. That incident has become like a tradition: exam malpractice, certificate falsification, falling values in educational institutions. They have gradually become a tradition in our nation. Another person I want to quote is Ayn Rand, or Ayn Rand. I can't pronounce it well. Ayn, and then Rand, Rand. He says that when the law no longer protects you from the corrupt, but protects the corrupt from you, know that your nation is doomed. When the law no longer protects you from the corrupt, but protects the corrupt from you, know that the nation is doomed. And there are two other ones I want to quote. It says, when you see that in order to produce, you need to obtain permission from men who produce nothing. When you see that money is flowing to those who deal not in goods, know that your country is doomed. For you to produce in this country, for you to build a house in this country, you will see young men in the communities who don't work. They have nothing they are doing. They will park cars, buy drinks, spray good perfumes, usually open their upper torso. They want you to pay a certain amount of money before you dig foundation, before you lay blocks, before you deck, before you paint, before you fence. They don't do anything. They are just there collecting money. As trucks are bringing things from different parts of the country, particularly in the north, you will see young men with sticks and nail-studded planks on the highways collecting money from drivers. Those boys don't produce anything, but money flows in their direction. You need their permissions to pass the road. If you drive a taxi or you load a transport vehicle, there are young men in the motor parks. They will take nearly 50% of the money you collected, the fare you collected from passengers. They don't do anything. They don't own any vehicle. They don't buy fuel just because they formed a union. You want to build anywhere, there are some young men that will block the road. Any vehicle that comes into that community to offload anything, you must pay to them. People coming from the north to bring goods to Delta State, you must pay when you get here, and you pay heavily. When you have such a society, know that it is heading towards doom. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-service, a self-sacrifice, may you know that your society is doomed. I take that again. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-sacrifice, may you know that your society is doomed. Ayn Rand. When you see people who are corrupt, questionable characters, receiving national awards, receiving awards from television stations, newspapers, all kinds of awards, and those who are honest, it's as if they are practicing kamikaze. Know that your nation is heading for doom. It applies to all nations in Africa and in the world, but it creeps in slowly. In our churches, we recognize corrupt people more than dedicated servants of God in the denomination, in that congregation. In our societies, chieftaincy titles are given to corrupt people. You can't see somebody called a good headmaster, good headmistress, good teacher, and give that man a chieftaincy title, give that man an award in the community. No, it's those who have oppressed us, those who have carried our ballot boxes, those who have rigged elections that will reward. This is my voice. It will be here even after I have departed. My grandchildren will play it. They will know my stand. They will know my stand in the history of this nation. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Subscribe to this channel if you have not. God bless you.